I think most people, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, the surgeon, know that somehow central banks and banks are legging them over in some way, but of course they don't quite know how.
Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke.
Everybody has something to do with money and banking. And they get confused, I think, sometimes when central banks and banks seem to work in ways which we can't. They seem to be able to borrow ad infinitum, spend more than they earn ad infinitum. It seems to go on and on and on, and nobody really quite understands why. A lot of central bank work that they do, fractional reserve banking and so on and so forth, was illegal. In the 19th century in America, you could hang. And of course, if you degraded the currency, fascinatingly enough, in the Middle Ages, by melting it down or trimming or clipping or different alloys, you would have your hands and your feet chopped off in the 14th century. Of course, I'd like to see that come back for the simple reason they're stealing our money. It's theft by any other name. Quantitative easing, printing money, which of course we know is counterfeit. And if you and I did it, we'd go to prison, but banks do it all the time. But it's counterfeit by any other way. And of course it degrades money. It degrades money over a long period of time. You find now that when they went off the gold standard, they didn't back money with gold. We find that the purchasing power of the dollar today is something like 8 cents in the pound. So if you'd held on to dollars, but of course if you had held on to gold, it would still be worth the same purchasing power today. This is a sovereign, this is a gold sovereign. It's got 1908, I think, on it. This will buy today exactly what it would have bought in 1908. But degrading your money is what the establishment does, because it degrades their debt. So it degrades our savings, but it degrades their debt. So you're preferring one section of society against another. You're making one section of society more important than another, and your borrower is made in society more important than your saver, which is exactly how it shouldn't be. And the thing I liked about Bill's attitude, which is the same as mine, people use the word libertarian. I try not to use that too much outside the political sphere, but Bill believes in low tax and small government.